So all these are cell phone pictures. Thank you. And I'm sure if I can do this, you all can do that. Okay, the first question asked me, what cell phone you use to take this picture? And I already told you, I use iPhone. From 4S to 6S, 7 Plus, 10X, and MS. Okay, the second question people ask me, well, what app you use that? The question is, most of the time, I just use the iPhone camera, the one that comes with the iPhone. And I do have a lot of apps stored in my iPhone, and but I only use that once a while. And for some of that, I have to use that because I cannot use it with the regular camera to take pictures. For example, iPhone, you cannot take a long exposure take picture. So you have to take long exposure, you have to use an app. But I know in other brands, they can do that. But now, with the new iPhone MS-X or the X, you don't need it anymore. So I stopped using the app, and I'll tell you later. So again, the answer is I use the camera come with the iPhone most of the time. Okay, then the last question that people ask me, what app you use to enhance the pictures? The question is, I just use the iPhones coming with the editor. So when you go to photo, you do an edit, and that's the editor I use most of the time. And if I had to use other ones, I use the Mato. That's the free app. Another one is the Snapseed. It's another free app. And I can tell you, Snapseed is very powerful. It's like the Photoshop on the desktop. So if you have to learn all these, Snapseed is the one that you have to learn it and you have to use it. You can do most of the things. Okay, the first thing is how much do you know about smartphone? Okay, with the new smartphone that we have a camera, so we use that to take pictures, and that's the smartphone photography coming from. And with the new technologies and techniques that introduced in every year, it's getting popular and more popular, and people use it in the daily lives, and I do that too. I used to just use my single lens camera, and now I have to use the cell phone most of the time. And cell phone, again, is very popular. And before, we have Nikon and Canon and Sony, and now we have Apple, Huawei, Samsung. And the last one is we used to have a biggest party, it's the Communist Party. You know, in China there are so many people there, so many communists. But now with cell phone, the cell phone party, smartphone party is the biggest one. Okay, you know, when the people that use the LSR cameras, they usually look down on the one that using the mobile phones. If you're standing all together in a picture, especially when this tiny space squeezed, the people say, "Oh wait, go ahead. Your cell phone call." I have a tripod. I have the long lens. So why? One of the things is because the big thing, I have the best camera, the most expensive camera, most expensive lens. My pictures much better than yours. And also, it's just like the old timer. When you have new stuff, if those are coming in, people always, okay? And it takes time for people to learn, to use, to adapt. Just like the beginning, we have digital cameras, and the people use films, they always refuse to use digital camera. And there's also a big misunderstanding there is that people said, well, you use cell phone pictures is not good enough. Your picture ISO is, the pixel is too low. And you only can use to see in your iPhone, okay? If you take picture, you see on iPhone or you put in the iPad, it looks very good, very nice. But if you put a big TV or you grow up poster size, I guarantee your picture is bad, it's not good. So that's most of the people with that impression. And I'm going to tell you that's not true anymore. Okay, I'm going to show you a series of pictures that took with the different generations, different models of iPhone. So the earliest one I used is the 4S. I started in 2011. It's the same one. This is in Carson City. This Carson. In the Carson Mansion in Eureka. This picture. This is the 6 Plus. 7 Plus. You see the quality is getting better. And the most common one, the MS Max. Okay, for people, when they take the stock pictures, the outdoor with the sunlight, and these are the 4S pictures. You see the people's face, it's blurry. And then the 5S, a little bit better. 6 Plus, 6S Plus, 7 Plus, this 7 Plus again, and the X, and the MS Max. Okay, we pictures indoor with the house line. So in the 4S, in the 5S, 6 Plus, 6 Plus, 6S Plus, 7 Plus, X, MS Max. Okay, with the sunset picture, and this took from my house, my backyard, and start from the 4S, 6 Plus, 7 Plus, MS Max. So you see that, especially when the low light, that older generations of the cell phones, the iPhones, is not very good. But with the 10 and the MS, it's much better. I tell you, I think the pictures with the MS Max or sunset sunrise pictures is better than your camera. The camera, you have to do a lot of work to get this quality. This is the MS again. Okay, well, then you continue to ask. What about you print it out? Okay, show me the print out. How good is that? And I can tell you, still okay, still good. Okay, this is the picture. See on the screen. This is the one now. It's I think this is the 8 by 10, something. Yeah. It's pretty good. And this one, oh, I don't have this picture. Okay, this is my grandson, and this with the MS Max. Poster size, that big. It's still okay, right? This is from the cell phone. So next time your cell phone, you take your cell phone, take a picture, you can go to Costco, blow it up like this, $10. Oh, what happened? Okay, for group picture, I usually have camera, my Nikon, and I have a tripod, and the people all have there, and then okay, a lot of setting to take a picture. Now, no more, just cell phone. Use my cell phone. And I blow it out like this for group picture. So next time when you do take group pictures, you don't need your big camera, your expensive camera. Just use the iPhone. Okay, for landscape. This is in St. Petersburg. Nice one, nice part. When I blow up, like this. Nice, huh? Yeah, $10 again. Costco, yeah, Costco. Actually, it's $9.99 in your penny bag. Okay, the last but not least. This is in Poland. In Poland, this is blow up like this. Next time for your landscape pictures, when you go to travel, just bring your camera, bring your cell phone, okay? And you can blow up like this. So I can prove to you, cell phone picture is okay. I'm not sure it's good, but it's okay. Okay, let's look at another angle. If I use my cell phone picture to go to an international salon competition, what happened? Okay, this is just a very recent one in Hong Kong. I got these two pictures, right? And in the top 10 award, this is the 6th position. This is the 78, close to the end. This is from my Nikon D800 from Oakland Hill, San Francisco. This is my cell phone. My cell phone picture, better than that. I got the 6th position. So, well, this picture, I did some post-production work. Actually, these two pictures are put together. It's a multi-exposure. So this big balloon is another picture, the background is another picture. In Snapseed, put it together, boom, the picture. Very easy, very simple. That's the picture. Okay, another one is what this year. This is a cell phone picture. I got a 4.8. That's the top score. They have actually they have 4 salons, and so each one, if they accept your picture, they have a 1A. It's one accept. A is represent accept. Okay, so all 4 salons, they all accept this picture. So I got a 4A, and it's a cell phone picture. Okay, as I said, 10 years ago, when I go travel, go everywhere, I have compact cameras. And I also carry my Nikon camera. And nowadays, I don't have the compact camera anymore. And I only use cell phone and my big camera. I still have a big camera because I have to hear the sound beat, sound. I like that. But you know, a lot of times my picture I took it still sit on my hard drive, and I never go back to look at it. too many pictures, so I don't have time to go back to that. I usually take pictures and I select a few from my cell phone and I put them in WeChat or Facebook, and that's it. So I move on. I don't have time to go back to just to read, to look picture. Okay, some people will say, well, with there was cameras, those will die, right? You have a cell phone, you have clicked all these pictures with cell phones, why do we need that? That is true in one way, because your cell phone is getting better and better. You have every release, you have a better qualities, and you have new techniques, and so eventually you can do a lot of the things that your DSLR camera can do. Another thing was that no, you never die. And that's also true. Because the DSLR cameras, you have a big processor, especially those full film ones. And your cell phone is getting you take more stuff to it, it's smaller, and you have more function to it, more chip. So you never can get a quality that is good as the SLR camera. And also with the SLR, you can change a lens, and you get all these different kind of lenses, super wide angle, and you have zoom lens. And the cell phone, as I can see now, they don't have those, so you cannot replace them. But at least I will see the compact camera, I can replace them. They're all gone. And maybe the entry-level cameras will go away soon. So what I see in the near future, cell phone is one side, another side is those very expensive camera, the professional camera. Okay, cell phone was DSLR camera, and a lot of people said, yeah, cell phone is easy, very easy to use. I mean, you pick a camera, put it out, point, and shoot. That's it. Yeah, sure. You just want to take a decent picture, that's absolutely right. But if you want to take a good picture, well, you have to do more work on that. And that's the most question people will ask now. Huh? Okay, let's move on to part 2. That's where how you use the camera, your cell phone to take pictures. Okay, first of all, you have to know what advantage and disadvantage you have in your cell phone. And as I said, if the one that is not good with your cell phone, don't take it. Don't use it. Only use it for the things that you think is good. And with the iPhone, the newest camera, and the main cameras, there are two orders, dual cameras, and one is the f1.8, it's a wide angle. Another one, the telephoto, is 2.4, f2.4 is optical zoom. And the selfie one is f2.2, it's a standard camera. So you know it's a fixed lens. Okay, it's not a zoom lens. It's only wide or not wide. Okay, from the lens perspective, DSLR lens, they have very good quality, very expensive ones, and you can have all kinds of lens. You have zoom lens, wide angle ones, and so on. And cell phone, no, you only have three fixed lens, two in the front, one in the back. So when you take pictures, a lot of people like to zoom it out, zoom the picture out. I don't think that's a good way to do that. Okay, when you use the camera, you see the 1x. That is using the wide angle. If you press again, that's using the telephoto camera. So people try to do it like this. That means you just take a picture and then you use the picture, just crop it and blow it out. So it's not, because it's not optical zoom, it's digital zoom. So the quality is not good. So what I recommend people do, you either just use the 1 time or 2 times, take your picture, and if you need to crop it, do it later, afterward, you crop it. There's 2 advantages there. One is you have the original picture, and if you want to, you change your mind, oh, I don't want to crop it like this, but I do it on the other side, I want to be bigger or smaller, you have the original picture there. If you zoom it, take a picture, that's it, okay? You cannot go back. Because the quality is the same. It's either you do it after all, or you let the telephone, the cell phone to do it for you. It still is take a picture like this big and then crop it. So I think that the big disadvantage for cell phones is you cannot do a lot of optical zoom. It's all digital zoom. That's the real disadvantage. And cell phones cannot change lens again. And although you have all this stuff, this is the telephoto lens, 100 mm. And then you have the super wide angle, all these. Yeah, I know people have a lot of this toy. I do. I have all this cool stuff too. Okay? I have all kinds of lenses in here. But I tell you, the quality is still not very good. So I have them, but I don't use it. And you cannot add or subtract lines. Like you cannot do that. And you cannot do an ISO adjustment. People say, oh, no, you can do that. Yeah, I know. If you use add, you can do all kinds of stuff. But with the iPhone coming, the iPhone camera, none of this can do it. And if we have to do all this stuff, I get to use my DSLR camera. And there's a lot of apps out there. You can play around it and do all this kind of stuff. But for me, I very seldom to use it. I just use the regular one. I'm lazy, okay? I don't have the time. If I want to take a real picture, like I have to use those stuff, I just use my regular camera to do that. And the advantage with cell phones, because as I said earlier, is the f1.8 and f2.2 lens. So when you take picture, it's almost every distance they're clear, they're focused in focus. So if we are 2 meters without 2 meters behind, the whole picture will be clear, will be in focus. So you don't need to adjust, you don't need to do focusing and then all kinds of things. Just point and shoot. So that is the very advantage of a cell phone compared to DSLR camera. And especially when you do street photography, that is the advantage you need it. So when I do street photography, I always use my cell phone. And also, because it's small. Everybody has it. So if you use that, take pictures, people will not. It's okay. I mean, if you point and take a picture, and people usually smile. But if you have a big camera facing people, and turn away. And if you really want to take pictures that nobody knows that you do, you can do a lot of tricks. You can just use your cell phone and a picture, and people don't know you're taking pictures or you're watching your cell phone. Okay, I'm reading stuff. I'm watching my video or I'm doing WeChat. But don't do it. Okay, if you do it like this, people know you are taking pictures. But you do it like this, yeah, people not really notice that. And one thing, tie my shoe, okay? And I have cell phone there. People don't know that. Okay, for these pictures, the next few pictures, I tell you how I take those pictures. I took this in China, in Tibet. It's a school, and all these are students. So they just get off from school. And if you take a picture like this, it's just an ordinary picture, nothing special. So I see this corner, we have the shadow, we have the line here. So this is a very good background for taking picture. So I move on, stand there, and I wait until two show up. One show up. So these two pictures is how I took that. I just use my cell phone and I'm doing this. Okay? I'm watching my cell phone. People just walk by, and I see that. Quick. The same with this one though. If you are facing there to take a picture, turn away, they won't look at you, they won't look at that. So you see the people right there. Oh, sorry. I'm running away. This one too. It's the same thing. Just stand there, put in looking at my iPhone. People walk by, so see the people. I just film that. It is a pre-film that, and I just do it like this and wait for the people to walk by. Okay, and a lot of times you can use cell phone to take pictures just for a moment, right? You see something, you just bring your camera up and take it. With your cell phone, with your big camera, you have to adjust, you have to make it, or you have to use f8, f14, or use the speed is 200, 300, and ISO, you have to use 200 ISO, whatever. When you do all this, it's all gone. So cell phone just bring up and point and shoot. Even they cannot realize that I already took a picture. And the same thing like this. I'm just right there. Cutting a big piece. And the guy is singing. Okay, iPhone before, all the things you can do in iPhone, you can, a big camera can do it. But with the newer generations, some of the features that iPhone can do, cell phone, the big camera cannot do it anymore. So they are going to two separate ways now. Before they are just one on each other. I can do this, you can do that, I can do that, you can do that. But now they bring it apart. Okay? And I'll tell you some of the new stuff later, what cell phone can do and your 3,000 cameras cannot do. Okay, let's see how you set up your cameras. your cell phone camera a bit. And again, this is only for iPhone. So if you have an iPhone camera, I don't know how, and I don't know how to tell you. Okay, let's go to the camera. Camera, where's my camera? Here's it. Okay, I have all these turned on except the last one. So the first one is the grid. I recommend you turn it on. And the scan QR codes, turn it on. That's where you have the QR codes. You use that to iPhone to scan it. So always turn it on. And the record stereo sound goes on. And I not use that much. I not use my cell phone to take videos. No, I only use the picture. And I tell you the other formats and stuff. And the smart HDR. Okay, so if you have a different cell phones, iPhones, different models, you may not have the same screen like this. Some older ones, they have a different screen, slightly different. But I think most of these, they have that in your settings. It's just not in this same format. And the HDR, if we have this smart HDR, turn it on. And then keep normal photo, I turn it off. The reason I turn it off, because if you turn it on, every time when the camera took a picture, if they use the HDR feature on it, it will give you two pictures. One is with the HDR on, another one is a normal picture without the HDR applied to it. So it's very confused. People say, how come I have two pictures? Looks pretty much the same. Which one do I use? Okay? So if I turn it off, I don't have this normal one. I know that's the one I always have. So we just make it less confusing. Okay, that for the top preserve setting, I turn it all off. What it means is if you turn it on, it will just stay on whatever the last mode you use. And every time you turn on your camera, you stay with the previous mode. So example, if you are using a video before, the next time you bring up your camera, you stay in the video mode. And the problem with that is, if you see something you want to really interesting for you, and you want to take a picture, you bring up your picture and you shoot. Oh, how come it's looking at a video? I don't want a video, okay, I want a picture. Then you have to change. It's all gone. So if we bring it off, it goes back to the default. The default is always photo, picture. And for the creative controls, is all these filters you use, all the setup, they make it the default, they turn it off. So if you take a picture with a black and white filter on it, the next time you bring up your camera, you go back, set it back to the normal color. So it's not in black and white. Live photo, I always have it on because the default is on. And if you turn it, that means that if you manually disable that, you disable it. But if you turn it off, the default is on. Format. Okay? It's only two options. High efficiency and most compatible. I have the most compatible. The high efficiency one is when your camera, your cell phone not have enough space, okay? And I don't have that problem. It's not because my cell phone is special. Because I have the what they call the Google Cloud. So all my pictures, they all went up to the cloud. So I only have a small samples on my cell phone. So I have thousands of pictures on my cell phone. It never fill up. Let me show you. See how many pictures I have? 61,000 pictures on my cell phone. Okay, how you can put all those pictures in a cell phone? Okay, they're all in cloud. But if you want to look at the old pictures, it's seamless. You will download from the cloud to your cell phone. If you don't have Wi-Fi, you don't have data plan, okay, that's the problem. But nowadays, people have unlimited access and unlimited data plans and have Wi-Fi all the time, so that's not a problem anymore. There's more in the setting. Yeah, I think those are pretty much one. Okay, I had just gone through all these screen. I just have the Chinese and the English version on it. It's for people that get used with the Chinese. Okay. Part 3. Now, how you to use your cell phone, your iPhone to take picture. Okay, a lot of times like that, when you see something interesting, you want to snap it, right? You want to take a picture of that. And so if you have your phone in idle, in the sleep mode, you put it in a pocket and see something very interesting on the screen. And then you bring up the camera and then you turn it, okay? And you put your ID there. And sometimes you forget it, or you put in wrong digit and then you have to try again. That's 2 seconds. And then you have to find your camera. Oh, here. Okay, here's my camera. Another 2 seconds, okay? And then you take a picture, another second, at least 5 seconds. You take you. I show you a way that's very easy to turn on your cell phone. Okay, my phone is off. When you press off, okay? When I press the power button, it's on. So when you're in this screen, there's 2 ways to turn it on. You can see the icon here, the camera. If you press this form, it will turn it on. But this is still not quick enough. Okay? Another quick way is just put that, and then you swipe from the right to the left. Do it like this. The camera is on. Okay? That's the most easy way to turn on your camera. Do it in a sleep mode. You just press that when you see this screen, okay? If you see the password, it's too late. If you see the password, it's too late. You cannot do that. It's just on this screen, and then you swipe from the right to the left. Swipe it, and it's on. So easy, so fast. 1 second. Get it? Yeah. Another thing you need to remember, clean your lens, okay? Because you put this in your purse, your pocket, everywhere. Sometimes you can go, you have the pin on that. So wipe it with your clothes. That's the easier way, okay? Yeah, sometimes just do it like this. And if you see a picture, how come my picture is blurry? Not clear. That may be the problem. So just once a while, get it. Okay, now let's go to iPhone on your what they call the picture, this is only in Chinese, sorry. In the photo mode. I already told you this, one time, 2 times, even camera in the front, and you press this, you use the back camera to do a selfie, and I think most people do that. Okay, let me talk about another task, all these options. The first one, this is the flash light. Turn it on, off, or use auto. It's up to you. I never use it. It's no good. The second one, HDR. I'll talk about it later. And the live. This is the very interesting one. I'll talk later. And the timer. I never use it. And the three circles there, that's the filter. When you press that, you come up with a list of the filters, like black and white, normal, or timer, whatever. And again, I always use normal. The reason is that I can do all these after all in the post-production. You don't need to do it this way. If you do it in here, the picture is always there. You cannot change it later. But if you just take it with the normal color, you can change it any time later. Correct way to hold your camera. People take it like this, like this. The way I do it. I do it like this. See, I can do this. I can put it outside the window, everywhere. It won't drop. And I just use my thumb to pass to take a picture. That's very easy. Yeah. Take a picture, use it. Yeah, you don't need two hands, okay? One hand is enough. Like this. Yeah. If I like a left-handed, put it there. Do it like this. See? The picture. So left hand, right hand, same thing. The picture you totally turn that on your cell phone, so you won't see a difference. Okay, now goes to stable. Okay, when you take picture with your iPhone, a lot of people bring it up, shoot, bring it up. That sometimes cause the picture blurry. There's several reasons for that. One is with your big camera, when you press the release button, the picture is stop taking a picture. And when you release, it stop. With a cell phone, a little bit different. When you press, it's not taking a picture. When you release, take a picture. So it's posed. And also, there's a delay, a little bit delay in cell phone. So when you start to take a picture, after you press it, hold a little while, okay? Hold about a second or 2 seconds. I told you at least hold 2 seconds later because there's a reason. You have to hold your 2 seconds. Okay? After you press, hold on that, and then bring it up. Okay? Don't take it out. Okay. When you use the iPhone to take pictures, this is the button you always press, right? But besides that, there's the other way to do that too. See the picture, you can use this, right? I can use all these to press it. There's a button somewhere. Use the volume button. The up and low both works. You press that, take picture. Your volume button on your left and the left hand side. Both the up and the down doing the same thing. You press it, you take a picture. So you don't have to always press the release button, the shutter button. There's more. you use that. And even more, if you have a headset, the headset can do it too. The volume on the headset is up and down. You press that, you take a picture. See? Take a picture. Okay? See? So there's a lot of ways to do that. Okay, let's move on to a little bit different subject. Composition. People said, oh, picture is just point and shoot. Yeah, I guarantee you take a picture. But I guarantee your picture is not good. You have to spend a little more time to compose your picture, okay? Not just bring it up and that's good. People tend to do a horizontal and a landscape mode picture. Why? Because your eye is like that. Your eye looks the stuff in a landscape orientation. And the old camera, the old big camera is also, right? It's a rectangle. But when you use your iPhone, I recommend you to consider take more picture and this in a vertical mode. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, in the before, when you do a street photography, you do this, nobody notices that you're taking picture. Second, when you see a picture with people, when they look at your picture, they always look at like this, right? People seldom turn to the side, this way to look at it. You put that in WeChat, moments, other places, people look pictures always look at it like this. So if your picture is this way. Okay, if I take a picture like this, when I look at the screen, it looks like this big. Right? If I take a picture like that, you fill up my screen. See? Because when people look at pictures on the iPhone, the cell phone, they always look at this. They only look at this. They never seldom to do that. So if your picture is in a landscape mode like this, it's smaller on your cell phone screen, and that's the reason I recommend people take more pictures. And it's not every picture like this, okay? But consider when you take a picture, you can take a picture in the landscape mode, and then one in a vertical mode, in the portrait mode. Earlier in the settings, I told you to turn on the grid line. It's very useful with the grid line. When you turn it on the camera, you will see like this on the screen. This line won't see it on the picture. It's only in your camera. When you have a camera, you see this line. But after you take a picture, you won't see it. And it can help you do several things. One is with the level. Okay, when you take a picture, sometimes I tell you, oh, your picture is not level. Okay, and for horizontal, yeah, the sea level is not sea level. And with the building, oh, and with these lines, it can help you. It help you to take picture. And when you look at the sea level horizontal one, you use these two lines. When you vertical buildings, you use these two lines to help you see it's balanced, it's level now. And also with the rule of thirds. For these four course, those are the interest point or the power point, we call that. If your subject in one of these points, the picture looks much better than center or out there in the subject. They like this picture, flower from here. Say like the picture, if you put those lines here in the lower right corner, this one in the left right corner, in the right lower corner. See, when you put the line there, so it helps you to compose your picture with the subject. Say like this, for the horizontal, sea level, you put this line there, you know it's level. For the buildings, you can see the building. It's there. Okay, if you have a picture like this, it's arbitrary, okay? This is the sea level line, right? The level line. For pictures like this, sometimes people confuse. Where is it, okay? And we always look at this line, the line between the flat lands and if you have mountains or somewhere, this line make it level. If not, then your picture looks funny. And with those grid lines, also can tell you with the properties composer, which means that you use that to define your picture in 3 levels. So you have the one third. And the rule of thumb is that if you take a landscape picture, if your sky have beautiful clouds, you can make more. You can put 1 third or 2 thirds on the sky, and then the land is 1 third. But if your sky is no clouds, nothing, you always do it 1 third with the sky. See the sample here. I have very beautiful sky, clouds and the sunset, so I put this 2 thirds, and the land is only 1 third of that. The same thing with this one. Beautiful patterns on the cloud. So I have more in the sky. But what is? Sky nothing, right? So I have the sky as little as possible. The same thing on this. So that those grid lines will help you compose this kind of picture. Okay, and also when you take pictures, pay attention to the foreground. It can make your picture looks much better. See, like this. I have this one here in the foreground, and you can see that depth of field is more about 3D effects on that. Same thing like this. Snow from here. So pay more attention to when you compose a picture. Like this, I have all O's in the front, so the picture looks a lot more better. Okay, like this picture, I don't have the foreground, so it just looks like a building there. If I move back a few steps, much better, right? Because I have the foreground at the bridge. If I move further, even better. And the problem with this, your building is on the right hand side, and there's nothing here. We call this our balance picture. So I want to have something here to balance it out. So I move a little bit, but these two guys there. So your picture is much better. Okay. Okay. Another thing that you're going to pay attention to it is this leading line, the perspective composition. It can help you guide your eye to look at the subject. Like this. The most normal way is what the guiding light, the leading light, use the low, right? Use the low. Put it here. Here. We use the stream, the first stream, point to the sun there. So these are all leading line. And here, it's not a physical line, okay? But all the flowers, you can see that they all point to the lighthouse. And this, the shadows will help you to point to the person here. So this is all leading line. See like this, you have the tree, with this, the shape here is the leading line, point to the lighthouse. And here, the fence, point to the lighthouse. So all these will help you to help the reader to look at the subject. Okay, another technique is use the frame in the frame composition. And this will give you a more depth of field and a 3D effect. See like this. There's two windows here and you have the scene outside. So it looks much better with this composition. And if you go close up, just click this picture. Yeah, so see. Okay, this is in what they call the body of fire. And at the rock window here, the person outside take a picture. So this is the frame within the frame. This is not a physical frame, okay? It's just the thread. So I use the thread to form a frame with the temples. Okay? And this person, take a bowl, is on a bowl, and see, this is the frame. And this is another bowl. So inside the frame. Okay? These flower branches form the frame with the pleat inside. So a frame, again, can be physical frame or logical.
Where was that taken? That one?
Or this one? Musi.
Where?
Musi, China. Musi. Okay, another very interesting with the cell phones, because you can move a lot, you can put it any up, right there in the bottom, so you can get a lot of different angles of pictures that your normal big camera is hard to do. Like this picture, you have the snow mountain in the background, and you have a big lake in front, right? You have shadow, so it's a pretty good picture. You know how to take this picture? With this smoke. So the guy, and the cell phone, put near the water, and you come up with like this. So you look, this is a big lake, right? It's a big, look at this one. So with a big camera, it's difficult to do this. You probably have to lie down there to do it. But with your cell phone, you can just put it down. Right? Easy. Again, this is the lighthouse here. Look, beach. You notice there's some water here. I can use this to take a very good picture. Like this. Right? You just from here. So what you do, just bring the camera, your cell phone here, okay? To put it at a different angle until you see the setup. This is in highway 1. So your cell phone can do a lot of these things. 400 degrees. See? Nice. This is after a ring day. Okay, so people take picture normally they just standing there and do it like this. And that's where you can see on this level. But if you bring it down, you see a different angle. It's much better. So sometimes you have to put it down or bring it up. Maybe you can do it like this. You take a picture, it looks different, right? At least it's not on your normal eye level. Okay, with cell phone also it's easy to do this kind of picture. You just move around and then do up, down until you see the angle. And take an interesting picture like that. Okay? That's the quick picture. It's only have one cloud here. The sun is like a line, a straight line. So, yeah, think about it before you show your picture. Okay, and also things you want to pay attention to it. So when you take a picture, especially when something is like people facing the direction, or is some moving subject is moving, you take a picture with that, and the picture like going to the wall, going out the picture, and that's not a very good composition. So you have to pay attention to that. For example, this picture, the light is very good, right? Lighting is good, but the problem is like these two girls like recently are going out the picture, walking out the picture. If I move a little bit, it's better, the center. Like I move more, even better. Okay, so you want to have more room in front of that. At the dots, yeah, you don't want to cut it here. You want to have more room for that. Again, all the pictures I saw in this presentation are all from my cell phone pictures, okay? These are all 100% cell phone pictures. Yeah, these are all cell phone pictures, okay? So you want to remember to have more rooms in front of the subject. Okay, these are the things that you need to remember, especially for beginners. You take pictures, you have trees on your head, and you have chimneys, and all kinds of subjects behind you. You want to move around to avoid that. Don't want to take a picture with the bridge on top of the tower on top of your head. But that's very normal, okay? When the people take pictures, they will get all these little things. If you move a little bit to the right, then your bridge power will be out of your head. And sometimes people take pictures, want to have the subject real big, filled with the whole picture, the whole film. And sometimes it's very little, and those are not good practice too. Somebody took me a picture. I want to see the water wall in the bed, okay? Just like to see myself here. But come on, move a bed a little bit. See like this, much better, right? And the person here, and the water wall. And sometimes the people picture like this. Do it. So those are the things you need to pay attention to it, okay? And again, these are the things you may not pay attention, but you really noticeable when you see the picture. Look at this picture. Okay, we take a good picture, and the person take a, okay, they see everybody here, but they put it, no top, and the top is gone. This one, okay, I see the whole structure, but the people down at the bottom. No tip, okay? Just a little bit, okay? I have a lot of room down here, too much room, okay? Let's move up a little bit. Okay, I move. But what God, the food. Okay, the shoes, we cut off. Big tree. When a person don't get now, this is not what they call the compare, right? You have a person to compare the subject, so you know this is a big tree, a giant tree. Come on, look at that. Cut off a little bit, just 1 inch. Okay, I remember. Put more rooms on, okay? Put more rooms on in front of you. But come on, there's a lot of rooms over here. Huh? I have no cut off the first, and then it's all cut off. And I have too much rooms on this side. See, this is a classic problem with our balance. Everything in one side, and it's empty here. So if I cut the picture like this, nice, right? So those are things you want to pay attention before you press your release button. Okay, balance. See, if this picture I don't have this bow here, I have all the building here, it's going to be out of balance. It's very happy on the top on the right hand side, and the red in the lower corner is nothing. But if you have a bow here, balance out. So, a good picture. Okay, when people take people picture, group picture, they always put it in the center, no matter what, okay? Make sure they are in the center. The problem is, well, that means you can capture everybody. The problem is you have too much space in the front. You don't need those. See, you're always in the center, but it's pretty empty in the front. So we have move a little bit, much better, balance it out. Okay, when people travel with me, I always tell them to wear the clothes that you normally you won't wear in the normal day, okay? But when you go outside and showering, you want to have very colorful clothes, and there's some reason on that. Look at this picture. I thought that there's another statue. One here. The good thing is they have a red T-shirt, but if you have not a red T-shirt, then it's definitely another statue. Because the jacket is the same color. Look at it. See? Now you can stand out. Another color. Okay? Same color. See, I'm different. I have a red jacket. So, yeah, you got to take a good picture. You wear some bright color clothes. Okay, let's go back to the camera. Okay, I'm not sure if everybody knows how to do focus and adjust the lighting in your camera. You can do that. a lot of times you don't need to. It's all automatic, okay? But sometimes you have to do it. If you take a picture, how come? Still, okay. Sometimes you take a picture. If you think it's too dark or too bright, then you can press on the screen. You see that square with a sun inside. If you point that, and then if you put your fingers on the screen, you move up, you adjust the brighter, and then move down, you make it darker. Just that simple. Okay? Anywhere on the screen. You don't need to have to press on the sun, okay? Some people said, oh, you have to point on that and then put your fingers on the sun, move up and down. No, you just anywhere on the screen. You point and then you move up and down. So you change color, change the lighting. Okay? That's how you adjust lighting. I think it works on all the cell phones, not only iPhones. Other cell phones you can do that. And also, when you point, you have two functions. One is to adjust light, another one is to focus. So whatever the place you point to it, you use that point to focus on that. So if the picture of people, I want to make say now these two in the front, they are focusing on that. But if I want to focus on that, I just point to the bed. And focus outside. So here's how you want to make a focus on the different area in the picture. And if you point and then move up and down, then adjust the lighting. Okay? Okay. It's a nice picture. If you see the line is on the bed, right? And if you have a regular SLR camera, you have to do a lot of work after all to make the picture to see all the dark area. Can see it. Sunset picture. See, it's all. You can see all this bright and a very beautiful cloud. With cell phone, it's very easy. Take this kind of picture. But with a normal camera, you have to do a lot of work. In the regular HDR, you have to either take several pictures, stack it up, or use the HDR function to take several pictures, and then you put in the Photoshop to watch that, and then produce the final picture. So there's a lot of post-production work, but with cell phone, it's very easy, very simple. Picture like this, that's my dog. See, you see all the lines, and it's very clear. This is Joshua Street, sunset. Even you can see the people traveling around. So for all these kind of pictures in see this San Francisco, Cambodia. All the things you do is just turn on your HDR. Okay? You have that option. HDR. This. If you have an older release, the HDR here, you can turn it on and off. You press it. You see it's turned to yellow color, that means on. It's white color, is off. But for the new generations or the new release of the software, you don't see this anymore. It's all set up in the camera setup. So earlier, when we set up the camera, I told you to want a smart HDR, turn it on. That is for this. It's always on, and it's very smart. I can tell you, it's very smart and very good result. So if this is on, you can take all the pictures I just showed you, and without doing any work after all. Okay, it's all come up like that. So in the old days, when they first introduced these features in iPhone, they really take 3 pictures physically. So in that time, I had to hold the camera very tight and use the tripod. Otherwise, you take 3 pictures and then it comes out as blurry. But with the newer release, the software upgrades, they don't do this anymore. They only take 1 picture, then they calculate it and do all the adjustments in 1 picture. So right now, you have the HDR on, you just take the pictures like when normal take picture. Okay, just point and shoot, and that's it. And you just do it. Okay, another very interesting, important feature is the live photo. If you want to capture something that you don't want to miss, or if you have taken group picture, you're taking a picture with your girlfriends, your loved ones, your children, and you don't want to miss anything, turn the live photo on. And I recommend you to always turn it on. Some people said, if I turn the live photo on, it uses a lot more batteries, use a lot more spaces. Battery is not powerful. It won't. Use more space. That's true. Because live photo, besides taking a still picture, you also take a short video. And the video, you have 1.5 seconds before and 1.5 seconds after. So total we have 3 seconds. That means that's why I told you before, when you hold your camera, your cell phone, don't just bring up and then shoot. You hold it and then point, and after all, you hold it for another 2 seconds before you bring it up. The reason is this, because you take 1.5 seconds before and 1.5 seconds after. And what's good with that, right? I can tell you, I can show you some sample. Very useful. Okay? That's the demo. To my class. Now that I can read. Okay, this picture. Somebody took it yesterday at a party. Oh my God! Somebody using a fresh line in the middle, and then the top hand is at first, and then the down now. The guy close the eye. That's my boss, and that's the only picture I do. My God, what happened? So, what I can do? Well, the picture on the screen you cannot see, but if you see your iPhone, you see on the top. If you see that live here, that means your picture is took with the live photo mode. Okay, save me, okay? So what I can do with that, I press the edit, and you see in the bottom, there's a series of pictures. If I move down, oh, this picture good. See? You can choose the different pictures. Let's take that with this 3 seconds. Before and after. And pick the one that you like, okay? And make this one. And then you press the big key photo, press that. And now this become my default picture. And I'm done. And that's my picture. Oh, save me. Okay? Another one, you want to see another demo? When the cruise, and my wife asked me to take a picture, and I took this picture. Wow! You have photographer. You're supposed to not take a picture like this, okay? Well, that's the one I took. So, okay. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh, good. I took it with the live photo, so at least there's a chance. Let's see. Go edit. See, move. Oh, this one. Hey, what? See? Now I have a picture. So in the important moment, let's say in your life, okay? Or landscape. So another. See like this. Oh, this one I cannot do. Why? Because this picture is live. But I think it's talking with the older generation of the phone. Cannot do it. Another one. Okay, the group picture. The lady trying to mess with the hair. And see if you can fix that. To edit. And then move. Okay. Okay, good. Another good picture. Done. Okay, what landscape? As I look at Berlin, Germany. I had 2 trains there. And see if I can adjust the position of the train to make it a better look. Do an edit and adjust. Okay, put in the center middle. Now I have to change. Right? Is it better, right? Yeah. So you want to get the right moment, or the best moment you want. Live photo is the way to go. And there's more. Okay, in iPhones, if you take a long exposure picture, your eyes have to use a third-party app to do that. I have 2 on my cell phone. One is the slow shutter cam. Another one is the long exposure. The 2 apps. I can do this. Can adjust the time to do it 1 second, 2 seconds, whatever. But with the camera come with the iPhone, there's no feature. Can do this. But with the live photo mode and the new generation, the iPhone, I think it's I'm not sure 10 have that. But the MS, the newest one, have this feature to make live photo into a long exposure. Let me show you that. Okay, here's my card. Not sure. Long exposure. Oh, okay, here. Okay, now it's a still picture. It's a golden gate like that, so it looks like this, the water. And with the new iPhone for every live picture. If you use your finger, swipe from the bottom to the up, do it like this. You will see different options, or you cannot see that on the screen. Okay. The one on the left hand side, there's this option, event, is live, it's whatever you see now. And then you will press the second one, group. You see the water like that. Right? It's hard to do that with connected to the projector. So depending on the TV, so to stop this before you play. No. No, cannot do anymore. Okay, so beside live, loop, and then there's another option, bounce. That means it bounce forward and back. So it's a looping, but it's back and forth, back and forth. And then in the last one, not least, is long exposure. Okay, we have this option there, long exposure. You press that, the picture looks like this. Long exposure picture. You don't need to use any app. No tripod. The beauty with this, you don't need to have the tripod picture, okay? Just hold your camera, take a normal picture as you normally do, and then turn it into a long exposure picture like this. You see the water? Beautiful, right? So it's very powerful with the live photo, and you have to buy a new phone, okay? If you are old generation, the phone cannot do that. Okay, if you have, I think it's the 10 or MS version, and the picture is a live, you put it in the live photo mode, and when in the photo app, you see your picture, you swipe your screen from bottom up. Just press and go, swipe up, and then you see all the options. The first one is live, the second one is loop, and then the third is bounce, and the last one, fourth one is long exposure. So you just press the long exposure button, and then you turn it to a long exposure. Nothing, you don't have to do anything else. Just that simple. And as the people that I want to show you before, if I press the loop, the picture will like this, look like this. Okay, now the question is, if I have this picture, I can see on my iPhone like this. If I send the picture to you, you won't see it. It's still a still picture. So how I can send you this picture on your phone and you can see it? Yeah, you use an app. See all these picture, long exposure one? See, is that, this is all, just use the one I just did. Is this person moving around? Something? That's kidding. Okay? So you just use live picture, live photo to take this picture, and then use the option to choose the loop or the bounce, and it come up with it. I think this one is the bounce, the loop. See all these pictures. Yeah, so when you swipe the screen up, you will see these options: blue, bounce, exposure, and live. Different options. You just pick the one, and it will turn onto the picture like that. Okay, the pictures you have to save in a GIF format to permanently show it like that. And it's not a video; it's a picture. You have to use this app, okay? Live Studio. You convert a live photo to one of these pictures, or vice versa, from a GIF format back to a JPEG format, and turn it to a video too. So you can do all kinds of translation. Use this app. I forgot it's free or not. I don't know. Even the price is only 99 cents or $1.99. Very cheap. But and see if I can show you that. Okay, it's on the dot line on the right hand side, Live Studio. This one. So that's the one that you have to buy. Dot line, the last one. Live Studio. So if I turn this on, okay, you have option. You have a live photo to video, or live photo to GIF, or photo to live photo, video to live photo, or GIF to live photo. So I normally do the second one, live photo to GIF. Okay, I select my picture. And then you have the options do a low, medium, or original size. And if you're going to share with people, don't do the original. It's going to be a huge one. So you do a middle or low. If you do a video, and it already processed it. Okay, now we are do an export GIF. I can save we check it to people, message, mail, whatever, or I save it on my phone. Save it as image. And after I save that, let's go to the logo. See, already saved it here. See? So now it's a GIF format, and if you send this to people, whatever, you will see like this. So this is a little app. It's very useful. What time is it? Oh, time is fast. Okay. Another very powerful mode is a portrait mode in the newer generations, the X and in the 10 and the MS version. You can take a portrait picture with the subject and then the blurry background, just like this one. And in this, I think it started with the 7 cars. When they have 2 cameras, they have this feature. But with the 10 and MS, they have these new features. It's very powerful. If you do this in a big camera, you have to change your aperture, right? You have to use a big aperture to blur the background. And the cell phone, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to just select the portrait mode, and you take a picture like that. And there's more with that. It's, if I just use the portrait mode, take a picture with the kitty, you see the background there, it's blurry, but you can see the background. If I choose the different lighting, you turn it like that. It's like the studio. Same thing, it's the regular portrait. Look at that. Okay? What I do is when you select portrait, there's a different option here. You have the natural line. I think they have different kind. When you take a picture, you just make sure the work on the screen is sometimes on top, on the bottom. If it's not in the right distance, it's in white color. If when you turn it to yellow color, that means you're in the right distance, so you can take a picture and you come up with a good background. So that's simple. I think it'll tell you exactly on the screen. And in the 7 Plus and the 8. When you take a picture with a black background, you have to do that when you take the picture. What it means is, if I go to a portrait mode, use as a sample. Okay, now see if I like too close, the color, the work is in white color. That means that as you move away, so I move a little bit away now until I see that the yellow. That means I'm in a good distance, okay? And now it's the natural lighting. So we want to see the black background. I have to turn it to get the stage lighting. So now it's become black, okay? So you take a picture like this. And the picture will come out like that. But with the new cell phone, you take a picture in a normal way, and you can always turn it to that effect later. So you don't have to take it in that way. Again, I take your picture with the normal portrait. Okay, it comes up like that. Now, if I want to turn it with a different effect, what I do is I go to edit. You see, come up with the option there, and I turn it. This is the one I want. So now I can do it afterward. So next time when you take pictures, you don't have to take it in this mode. Just take it in a regular portrait mode, and then select whatever you want later. And you don't like, go back to another one. Okay? And that's on the latest iPhone. And besides that, I mean the 10 have this feature too. The 10 have this, but in the 10, what they don't have is option. What they call the depth. The depth is only in the MS portion. So the MS portion, the depth, what it means is let's go back to the picture with the normal portrait. If I move this, you can see the background. It's clear or blurry. You can adjust it, see? You can adjust the background of the wall. You can always adjust that. See? So you don't need to do that when you take a picture. You can do it all up the wall. You can adjust the depth of field. Make it like this, and then I turn on the light to pick a setting. And if I don't want this at all, you can just press work on the top, press it, and then everything's really good. So you can press it. And if I want it back, just press it again. Come back. See, if I'm in this mode. If I'm in this mode, I want to remove that. Press that. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's connected to this. That's why it's not very working. Anyway, you can remove that and bring it back anytime. So this is a very powerful feature. With the 3,000 camera, the 5,000 camera, you cannot do this. No, you have to do this in allow works to do it, get it back to this one. But with your cell phone, your $1,000 cell phone, you can do all this. See, it's all different options. Okay. Let's do the first mode, okay? If you want to capture a picture in a live moment, the live photo is one way to do it. But if you have a long action, live photo only 3 seconds, right? So it's not, you cannot do everything. Then you have to use the burst mode, which is you take a picture, if you press the button, press it on, and you just take a pictures, okay, continuously until you turn it, you release it, and then it stop. So if you want to take a picture like that, then you probably have to consider use this mode. And I think it starts from the 5S. You have these features on it, and every second you take 10 pictures. So it's good, very good. With your $3,000 camera, that even can get 9 pictures per second. Okay, you just hold on that, and then you start taking pictures and release that. It stop. And what you can do with that is after you take a whole bunch of pictures, it's like a live picture one. You just pick the one that you want. I'm not sure I have it here. Oh, okay. Okay, I took this picture and it shows I have 7 pictures within. So what I do in the bottom, the select button here, you press the select, and then you bring up all these 7 pictures. And again, you move around, you see the different picture, and you just pick the one that you like. It's very similar to the live photos you talked about before. So do the one, and then you pick the one live, and then you can select 1 picture or more than 1 picture. You can keep more than 1. You just pick the one and select it. So it's a very powerful feature. See, it tells you how many pictures you took, and then you press the select, you bring up a whole bunch of pictures, you just move around and pick the one that you like. Okay, this is another interesting one. The panorama mode. You take a pictures like this. Again, if you want to do this in your expensive camera, you have to take several pictures and then in Photoshop, you have to wash them together, produce a picture. Take you at least 10 minutes to do all this. With a cell phone, 1 second. See, you want to take a big group picture, you can do it. Then inside, this is our photo card, and then you want to take a picture like this. And the vertical, you have a very big redwood. I can do that too. So it's not only horizontally, it's vertically too. See? Okay, with a picture like this, I have the person in a different position. You can take that. Okay, when you take a panoramic picture, you turn on the very end, the panel one, and you can see a arrow there. You can do from left to right. You press the arrow again. If from right to left, so you can move like this or do it like this. And you want to do a vertical, you can from top to bottom, or you press that from bottom to top. So you can do it either way. Okay, I told you that. And so when you take these pictures, only thing the requirement is you stay very stable your hand and don't move too fast. Do slowly. The slower the better. Okay? I see people do like this. No. You do it very slow, very slow. And take these pictures. On a demo. Come on. Again. Okay, so let me use that camera. Do that. You can see that. No, I do it from the left to right. Okay. First, Okay, so I press and so that you don't move, okay? And so I move, and after I press her, okay, I stop and then move. Okay, and then I move, go, and I move, go. Go. Okay, I stop. Okay, and then I think I did that. Do it again. Do it again. Okay. Okay, go. Go. Okay. Go. I think with the see, but you still can see that. You still can see that the only thing you do this is when you always press on that, okay? Don't release. You will release, you stop, you end the picture. So I always press on that and I move after I press the button and I stop here and still pressing the bar. Don't release it. And it's not taking anything. So the pen is not moving. The camera is not doing anything. The camera only works when it feels the move. So if I stop here, it's not doing anything, and see move to another position, then I move, and I let you come up with that those kind of picture. And it never If you hold it too long, you are afraid it's going to overexpose, right? Overexplode? No. Because when you hold it tight, it's not doing anything. It's not taking anything picture. The only time is when you move. So you can do this, you practice this at home. Okay? Very interesting. Let me see what's here. This, the title is wrong, right? It's not that bad. It's time lapse, time lapse, and it depends on how long you take a picture. The iPhone adjusts that. If you only take it less than 10 minutes, it's 2 frames per second. And if you do it longer, 10 to 20 minutes, it's 1 frame per second. And if you go to 1 hour, it's 8 seconds per frame. So it adjusts. And those you come up with the video that you just saw. And how you do this? Again, in your iPhone, I think that's the fourth option. Time lapse. On the first one, you just press the red button to start and then press it again to start. That's that simple. You cannot adjust anything, cannot do any adjustment. But you want to do it, probably you need a tripod to stabilize it and have your iPhone charge your battery. And you have to take it a longer time to see the effect. Okay, the opposite of that is the slow motion. That's another option. And see this video for slow motion. Yeah, slow motion is the same thing as the time lapse. You just select slow mo is the second option, and you press the red button to start, and then press again to stop. That's it. I think it's 4 o'clock already. Time runs out. So you want to stop? Continue. Yeah, again, this is just, you need a tripod to do that too. Yeah, I think we probably could stop. It's a good time to stop, yeah. For the announcement, that's a big topic. And it takes a lot of time to go through here. And okay, so people ask me how you edit the pictures. I said I always use the cell phone editor. And remember quickly things that I do. I show you. Okay, if I edit a picture, I normally use the editor to come with that, and so you can crop the picture, you can apply some filters to it, and then do more adjustments, and I usually go to adjustments first, and you come up with the line, color, black and white, I normally go to the light first. And you can do all kinds of lighting, black point, punches, brightness, shadow, highlights, exposure, brightness. And I always, the first thing I do the highlight. It looks like cell phone pictures. Usually the highlight is too bright. So if you adjust the highlight, your picture looks a lot better. So if I press highlight, I usually reduce the highlight. So if I reduce the highlight, the picture, the colors come up. You check the color. And the second thing, I look at the shadow. I want to make sure shadow. Usually you have to add more shadow to it. You increase the shadow. Increase it. And then the third one I look at is the contrast. Contrast usually you add contrast. After this reading, your picture pretty much look a lot better. And if your picture is too dark, you can go to the brightness or the exposure, you adjust it. And the last thing I look at is the color, the saturation. So a lot of people tend to go to the color first. Oh, my picture looks not good, okay? I adjust the color, the saturation. No, that's the right thing to do. Do that at last. After you do all the adjustment and your color still not come up the way you want, then you adjust the saturation. Do it at last. So those are the things I think is important. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.